The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball, featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Miller Honda of Winchester, the Marius Group at Ameriprise Financial, Parsons Ford, Smallwood Small Insurance, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the Berkeley County Health Department, Luttrell LC Real Estate Attorney, Mike Folk for Governor, W. Harley Miller Systems, Carpet World, Bechtel Jewelers, Hagerstown Ford, the Brown Funeral Homes, WVU Medicine, and Panhandle Dumpsters. And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Where tonight it's the Tuscarora Titans entertaining your Martinsburg Bulldogs in high school boys basketball action. For Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 Sports, I'm Matt Miller along with Matt Crawford. Back at the studio, Colin McLaughlin is our engineer and producer, and running our camera today is Eric Sterick. Well, you hear the commotion in the background as we are courtside right at the corner of the court, and the Titans have just come out of the locker room and taken to the floor, as Martinsburg already on the floor getting in their warm-ups as we get ready for tonight's game. And Matt, it's an interesting game between these two teams. Martinsburg at 14-3, winners of 11 of their last 12, while Tuscarora will come in at 8-11, and they have dropped 4 in a row.
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup here tonight. They're not playing their best basketball right now, but still a very talented team, a team that is very deep, one of the bigger rosters we have seen this year. So it will be interesting to see what Martinsburg can come out and do against this team on the road. Not their best showing last time out when they were on the road at Spring Mills. Spring Mills was Friday night, and Martinsburg did get a victory in that one by a 62 to...
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters
games as Martinsburg shot just 48% from the free throw line. That was 11 of 23. They also committed 11 turnovers, did force 17, but still a bit of a sloppy game. The Dogs led by 13, 33 to 20 at the intermission, and went on for the lopsided victory. Meanwhile, for Tuscarora, they're coming off a tough loss on Friday night. That game was, a little closer to our neck of the woods at North Hagerstown, and the final was 80-58, and Tuscarora got off to a slow start, down 27-14 after one, and they were trailing 37-26 at the half. Could never mount a rally as they end up dropping that one. Again, their 4th straight loss. And when you look at how this season has gone for the 8-11 Titans, well, it's been kind of an up and down battle after getting off to a 3-1 start, 4-2 through their first 6 games. They've gone just 4-9 since, and have had 2 4-game losing streaks in that stretch. A loss tonight against these Bulldogs would be their longest losing streak on the season. Meanwhile, Martinsburg trying to get to 15 wins, and they'll get this the last week of the regular season started in just the right way, as the Bulldogs have just 4 games left. After tonight, they're at Hedgesville on Friday. Next week, they're at Jefferson on Tuesday, and then we'll close out the season at home on Friday of next week, and that'll be against Broadfording Christian Academy. So that is our matchup tonight. It is Martinsburg here at Tuscarora. Our pregame show being brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services from home and office automation to home theater, networking, audio-video distribution, and more. You can find them online at WHMsystems.com or give them a call at 304-350-1931. Well, when we come back, we'll see what else is going on around the Eastern Panhandle with some scores from last night, boys and the girls style. We'll see other games that are going on tonight, and the girls sectional pairings were released earlier today. We'll tell you what they look like as well, all after this 60-second break. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday. I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
We welcome you back into Tuscarora High School, where the Titans host the Bulldogs tonight. Matt, it's time to see what else is going on around the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Now, let's go ahead and start with scores from last night. On the boys' side, there was one game last night. Musselman fell in overtime at Buchanan Upshur, 73-71. And Musselman, we believe, had to have stayed on the road because they're at University tonight, according to their schedule.
You don't think they made the trip back from Buchanan and came all the way back to the Eastern Panhandle just to get up early and drive out to the Morgantown area and go play a game at University? You don't think that's a smart decision?
I think that takes a lot out of your team.
I was going to say, talk about road lag. That would be some major travel lag for that team.
All right, there were 2 girls' games last night. Spring Mills got the win at Washington, 55-29, while Jefferson defeated Hedgesville 65-32. And speaking of girls basketball, Matt, the sectional seedings were announced. In fact, just a little bit ago, we had been texting back and forth, hadn't seen them all day. And in Region 2 and Section 1, no surprises. Off the top of your head, you got them?
I'm pretty sure I got them. We've pretty much known them for the last 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
Number 1 seed, Martinsburg.
Yeah.
Number 2 seed, Musselman.
Yes.
Number 3 seed, Spring Mills.
Yes.
Number 4 seed, Hedgesville.
All right. How about Region 2 and Section 2?
Jefferson is the number 1 overall seed. Number 2 is Hampshire. And number 3 is Washington.
There you go. That will be your sectional pairings when the girls' sectional playoffs will get underway next week. Now, that's the final week of the boys' regular season. You know what that means. The boys' sectional pairings will come out Monday or Tuesday of next week. I know it was Tuesday this week because of President's Day yesterday, so the boys may very well come out on Monday afternoon of next week. If not, it will be Tuesday afternoon. And this Friday is a huge matchup that could determine maybe who gets to be that top seed. Martinsburg will be at Hedgesville. The Eagles right now are at 15-3 as they go into a matchup tonight at Jefferson. Spring Mills, meanwhile, is at Washington tonight. We mentioned Musselman at University, and we've got the Bulldogs here at Tuscarora, so that's what's going on this evening. Martinsburg can't be looking ahead, but Friday night's going to be fun.
Yeah, Friday night is going to be a fun one out in Hedgesville. And do you think that changes anything if Hedgesville gets that win? I'm not saying it can. I'm just playing the devil's advocate here a little bit. Does that change anything in the sectional and regional rankings, do you think?
It all depends on what the coaches see, I guess. Because
if there's an improvement from game 1 to game 2 from Hedgesville, that was, a 10-point decision?
It is.
So now it's at the field house between Martinsburg and Hedgesville?
Yeah, coaches' vote will determine. It was a 71-61 win for Martinsburg when they hosted Hedgesville back in January. So we'll see how Friday night plays out. I guarantee if Hedgesville wins, they'll have an argument as to why they
absolutely
should maybe be that number 1 seed. So we'll find out what happens on Friday, and then the seedings will come out next week. So there you go. That's an idea of what's going on around the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. We're going to take another 60-second break, and then when we come back, we hope to catch some special activities going on here tonight at Tuscarora High School. We'll talk more about that on the other side of this 60-second break. It's West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Floodwaters can spread E. coli bacteria. Here's Bill Kearns from the Berkeley County Health Department about what to do if your well is tested positive.
If it's just a one-time contamination, you can superchlorinate your well, which we have instructions at the health department. They could call and talk to us. You're providing an excessive amount of bleach down the well. Then you do a runoff to get that out of the system, to get the bleach through your lines, get any contamination out there. You do a runoff of so long, and then you can have it tested again.
The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-5131.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, thank you, John Alderton, for the picture that he just texted to us.
You can't just say thank you. The world has got to be able to see this. Hopefully this comes across on our camera. We just got this from John Alderton on his TV at home saying he misses his broadcast buddies. John, I'm sure you wanted everybody to see that picture, but we miss you too, man.
Yeah, there it is. His lovely face right in between our lovely faces as he is watching.
I would say rose between two thorns, but that just doesn't quite fit.
But we are waiting for just a moment. We were told that the clock would stop with about 10 minutes left in warm-ups for a special presentation. Then the teams would continue their warm-ups. Right now, the team's warm-ups are continuing, but the clock has stopped at 9:56. Tonight here at Tuscarora High School, I think we're kind of privileged to be here on a very special night. This has been titled Will Strong Night. The Will part is the first name of a young man, Will Enton. That's E-N-T-E-N. I got a chance to read a little bit of a newspaper article online just a day or so ago, and then we had the opportunity to talk with both Coach Daryl Whiten as well as Athletic Director Howard Putterman about this special young man here at Tuscarora High School.
Yeah, he's a guy who is no longer with us, and he was a big part of the Tuscarora athletic family. He was a very good lacrosse player, very good basketball player. Unfortunately, got diagnosed with cancer, which eventually was the reason that his life was taken. But a very integral part of this Tuscarora athletic family, and they're going to have an event here tonight to recognize him. His family will be here, a senior portrait, a jersey that'll be retired for him. I know he wore number 20 on the basketball team as more of a manager than a player, wasn't able to get out on the floor, but a very special night here at Tuscarora.
Yeah, Coach Whiten telling us just how much this young man has meant to this team, as he was really a spiritual leader for this group, as he would come in at times even in his wheelchair and wanted to get up shots, wanted to, do workouts. When he had those opportunities, even while battling this cancer, he would come and try to run with the guys and so forth. And, he said really as an inspiration to this team, it didn't matter what might be going on, you could look and go, man, if he can battle the way he is, we can go out and do what we need to do. Let's see if we can pick some of this up just a little bit. I know Eric's got the camera set, and let's see what we can do to get just a little bit of the ceremonies that will be going on. I do believe we have a wireless mic. We'll see if we can pick some of that up.
Tonight is a very special night for Tuscarora High School boys basketball program, as well as our high school in general. A few weeks ago, we have lost a dear friend, son, player, manager, you name it. He's done it all. Will Eaton, I'll get through it. Will Eaton was very inspirational to this basketball program. He was very inspiring to me as a coach, as a person, just as a man in general. Will was the type of person where he would do anything for anybody. You would never known that Will was dealing with an illness, because he was always thinking of others first, because he was just so unselfish. And tonight we honor such an outstanding individual, Will Eaton. We're grateful for his parents to allow us to actually do this. I know it's hard. hanging in there and continue to fight day in and day out. Real quick story about Will. We had basketball workouts during the summer. And Will would come into the gym. It's 98 outside, so it's probably 104 in here. And one thing about Will, he had a will to win. And he shows up to workouts in a wheelchair. And his words was, "Coach, can I get some shots up?" That's all he wanted to do, was just be a part of this particular basketball program. And I told Will, once he gets clear, he's with us. He's not with us today, physically, but spiritually, he is here. And we just like to say, thank you, Will. Thank you to his family. And if we could get everybody to just clap, just 20 times. Just 20 times. And I know I asked for 20, but that's just like Will. He would have done more than I'd asked. So thank you for the 28 claps. But we will do this before we go into our presentation. We're going to definitely have a moment of silence for 20 seconds for Will. Thank you.
Now the voice you have just heard, that of head coach Daryl Whiten, now ready to help lead in the presentation. He has set the mic aside, so I don't know how much we can pick up. They have a basketball signed by all the players. We can hear as Coach Whiten is presenting that to Will's parents. All the players and coaches signing that basketball. A couple of more presentations to come here with a couple of pictures. Picture in the middle of the montage that is being presented says "Forever a Titan," which is the picture that is on the wall just to the left of our broadcast position. Will's picture elevated just a little above all of the others with that statement. Now the presentation of his game jersey. There you go. There you go, Coach Daryl Whiten with the Eaton family. The team gathered around, the coaches gathered around. A very special night here. Will Strong night at Tuscarora High School. Posing now for pictures. We understand that Will passed away on January 31st, and talking with Coach Whiten as we were getting everything set up, that came just a day or so after they were gathering together all of the thoughts and plans for this very special night, hoping that Will would be here and that they could encourage him through what I understand had been about a 4.5-year battle with this particular form of cancer. And this night now turning into a remembrance and an encouragement for the family, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the Eaton family along with the Tuscarora basketball family and school family as they mourn the loss of a very special young man here to this program. Getting some information on some various raffles and events that will be going on now throughout the evening, all in an effort to help out the family in some ways that they could use during this time. And so with that, we will go ahead. Let's take an additional 60-second break. They're going to get the two teams back out onto the floor. We'll hear from head coach Dave Rogers in just a moment. So Colin back at the studio. We're just going to add this extra one into our regular pregame schedule. So let's take another 60-second break, and then we will come back with more of our W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Carpet World is more than just carpet. Carpet World specializes in a complete selection of hardwood floors by respected names like Armstrong, Bruce, Shaw, and Mohawk, and tile by Dowell Tile, American Oleum, and Mannington for all rooms in your home. And Carpet World can update your bathroom shower with very attractive ceramic tile walls and floor. Financing with up to 12 months deferred interest is available, along with experienced quality installation at Carpet World, 2330 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. CarpetWorldofMartinsburg.com.
We welcome you back into Tuscarora High School, where tonight it's the Titans hosting the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Time now to hear from Martinsburg 41st year head coach Dave Rogers. And, well, as we mentioned earlier, the Dogs coming off a win, 62-41 at Spring Mills, but not necessarily a great played game. So as we had the chance to talk with Coach Rogers, we asked him about, maybe winning ugly.
I don't think so. I think anytime you win, it's a good thing. And there are going to be good games when you really say, man, I like watching that. Things are going good. Then there's times when you grind them out. They're ugly, they're whatever, but as long as they get in the W column, we'll take them.
All right, you finally got some bench points after 3 games with no bench points, 6 points off the bench against Spring Mills. How concerned are you as you run down the stretch of the season about maybe finding some more points?
Well, we're still working on that. And, I remember back the year we won the St. James tournament with Jason Johnson and Troy Feltner in that group and Freddie Ferguson. We only played 6 kids. So you just have, the thing about that is, you know me, I like to press, I like to run, I like to get after it. I just can't, and double team, I can't do that. If we do that and I get somebody in foul trouble, then we really are. And so, we've had games where we've had some starters on the bench for a long time, and somebody else has to fill in. But my philosophy there is we're working hard in practice, kids are getting better, and when your number's called, it's time to step up.
Down to the final stretch of the season. You've got this one tonight, Hedgesville on Friday, and 2 games next week. Let's start first with the Brook Point game. Obviously, that is not going to be made up.
No, it's not going to happen.
All right, so what is it you look for in these 4 games to make sure you're kind of moving in the right direction for sectional playoff time?
Well, first of all, you want to win them all. If we can win out, then hopefully we'll get that number. You want that number 1 seed. You want to play at home. And then not only does that, it has ramifications throughout the state because, coaches throughout the state have not seen us. So they'll go by, well, they beat Morgantown, they're ranked here, they're ranked there, and that's kind of how they rank them. And however you're ranked is how you end up in the tournament. So we've got to take care of business number 1 with our season. Then we got to worry about the sectional tournament. Then we get through the rest, and we'll worry about the regional. You just got to take it a step at a time and a day by day.
All right, so the next step is the Tuscarora Titans, a team, a program you haven't seen since back around 2009. What do you know about these Titans?
Well, I was telling somebody the other day my son was a point guard on that team, and Isaac Thornton, and that's the team that won the state title in 2009. And they're very athletic. They're very quick. They like to run. So number one, we have to stop dribble penetration. We have to make sure that they shoot that basketball from outside, and when they do, we've got to make sure we rebound it. And you play defense, and then you give them a shot and give up a rebound, and then you're back playing defense again. That's not fun.
Well, Coach, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Martinsburg head coach Dave Rogers, his thoughts heading into tonight's matchup. All right, we're going to, since we already took our 1 minute timeout, Colin, we'll be back to our regular format. We're going to go ahead and keep it here as opposed to taking another break. Our next break will be our 2 minute break as we pause for the national anthem, and then we'll get back in time to get this one underway. Matt, let's go ahead and jump into our keys to the game. They're brought to you by Chris Luttrell at Luttrell LC. Let Chris hand you the keys to your new home for all of your real estate legal needs. Call Luttrell LC at 304-267-3050. Let's start with the visiting Martinsburg Bulldogs, coming in averaging 73 points a game while giving up just about 58 a contest.
I need to see some heart out of them tonight. That is my key. I think they're more talented basketball team. I need to see the heart that they came out with against Musselman. The next night out when they were back at home against St. Maria Goretti. Those were two very good basketball games in which they came in and battled their butts off to get to that 1-1 record over those two games. Against Spring Mills, there was no energy in that game for what should have been a big game for them. It's a sectional opponent. It's a county rival. You've got to be up in those games. I didn't feel it in that game, and it's been a theme throughout this season. They've had halves, they've had quarters where you just haven't seen that heart. You haven't seen that intensity. And there's been individuals that have, but as a team, there's been points in this season where they just haven't shown that. And I don't know whether it's necessarily thinking they can play down to their opponent or don't need to give that heart, give that extra effort. But in that game against Spring Mills on Friday, I didn't see that effort. So I want more heart. I want the championship effort that I know this team can go out and give. Now, when you look on the other side of the floor, the Tuscarora Titans, they're going to need somebody to step up as a number 3 scorer. You look at their roster, Joshua Trahan averaging 13.2 a game, while Isaiah Thomas is the second leading scorer in single digits. I'll give him up to 10. He's averaging 9.9. But other than that, not a whole lot doing. So somewhere on this roster, Tuscarora is going to have to find that number 3 scorer, that number 4 scorer, and be able to use that depth we see in this roster. This is a big roster for this Titans team, and they're going to need everybody to contribute at a high level tonight if they want to get the win against Martinsburg.
Well, and they're going to have to do one of two things. They either have to play good enough defense to slow down this Martinsburg team or good enough offense to outscore this Martinsburg team, because the Titans come in only averaging about 55.6. We'll round it up to 56 points a game while giving up just under 60 at 59.6 points a game. And Matt, I'll throw a stat at you. Are you ready?
Go for it.
The Titans have scored 60 or more points 6 times this season, but are only 1-5 in those 6 games, as they've given up more than what they've scored.
So scoring doesn't necessarily equal wins for them.
No, because they've allowed 60-plus points 9 times this season, and when they've given up 60 or more, they are 0-9, and they have given up 60 or more points in each of the 4 games in this 4-game losing streak. A 67-65 overtime loss against Thomas Johnson, a 67-49 loss against Linganore, a 77-75 loss against South Hagerstown. All 3 of those were here at home. Last time out at North Hagerstown, gave up 80 in an 80-58 loss. So they've got to find a way to slow down this Martinsburg team tonight. We'll see if they can do that. Keys to the game brought to you by Chris Luttrell at Luttrell LC, locally owned. They know the business, and they're part of the community. You can win every time when it comes to your real estate legal needs. Just call Luttrell LC at 304-267-3050. We wrap up our pregame show brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems. Find out more at WHMsystems.com or phone them at 304-350 19-31. We are literally right in the corner of the basketball court. Matt is looking down the sideline through people on the front row of the bleachers.
No Swiss cheese in front of me either.
No, well, once the cheerleaders come out, I'll be looking down the baseline to my left and looking through the cheerleaders in order to see certain parts of the floor. So this should be fun here tonight from our vantage points.
And I joked when we were setting everything up, we were going to have to do play-by-play a half court at a time where I do the near side because I can see everything and he can do the far side. We have adjusted a little bit, but it gives you kind of the same feeling that South Hagerstown does to an extent. We're not quite as tucked back. We're more tucked back here than we usually are when Martinsburg is taking on the Rebels, but we will try to bring you the best broadcast we possibly can.
All right, Matt. There's a real short history between these two programs. Back in 2007-2008, the two teams played a home-and-home. Tuscarora won here 67-61. Martinsburg won back at the Fieldhouse 65-60. And the very next year, the two teams played in the 08-09 season. Martinsburg won at home 60-57. Here, it was a 68-61 final. And Martinsburg fans may remember that one because Isaac Thornton went off for 43 points in that victory, 16 field goals, including one three-pointer, and he was 10 of 14 from the foul line, and the Dogs needed all 43 of those points in a 7-point victory here in this gym. That was all the way back in 2009.
I'm trying to think how young these kids were when that game was played. Some of these sophomores could have been very, very young kids at that point.
All right, we are going to have, it looks like, an introduction of the starting lineups before we will have our national anthem. So the lineups are brought to you by D&N Auto Specialist. If your vehicle is not starting properly, start at D&N Auto to get it fixed right the first time. Family owned and operated since 1974. Give them a call at 304-267-4078. Martinsburg is 14-3, led by head coach Dave Rogers, a record of 779 wins, 223 losses, assisted by Bruce Fowler, Richard Moore, Chris Berg, and Daryl Smith. For the Bulldogs, it will be Dorn Smith, a 6'3 junior, starting at forward. Telrin Villa is a 6'3 senior forward. Garrett Stobbs is a 6'1 junior guard. Teddy Marshall, a 6'2 senior guard, and Anthony Smith is a 6'1 junior guard. So the Dogs, 3 guards, a couple of forwards, and really you look at those forwards and they can handle the ball at times as well. Now for the Tuscarora Titans, they're 8-11, led by 5th-year head coach Daryl Whiten, assisted by Lasan Scott, Marvin Brown, Dwayne Jenkins, Isaiah Plummer, DJ Whiten, and Bill Mayer. We will see Brandon Evans in the starting lineup. He is a 5'11 junior guard. Isaiah Thomas is a 6-foot senior guard. James Quinn is a 6-foot junior guard. Xavier Chase, a 6'3 junior forward, and Savion Maltzby is a 6'1 senior forward. We did have Joshua Drahan, who was expected to be in the starting lineup, but Coach Whiten telling us he's been battling a bit of an ankle injury, and he will not be in the starting lineup. We'll have to wait and see if he gets on the floor in this one tonight or not. Lineups brought to you by D&N Auto Specialist, where honesty is their best policy. Give them a call at 304-267-4078. We're back in 2 minutes with today's opening tip.
Get the biggest savings of the year at the 2019 Big Finish event going on now at Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Martinsburg. How about an all-new Ram 1500 LTD over $10,000 off plus 0% APR? A 2019 Ram HD 3500 over $7,000 off. A 2020 Jeep Compass is only $21,266. The all-new Chrysler Voyager is $27,479 plus 0% APR. And a 2019 Chrysler 300 is only $24,815. Celebrate the 2019 Big Finish with the deepest discounts and lowest APR of the year. No money down, no payments for 90 days. Great selection, great people, and great deals at Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 9 at Kelly Island Road, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Online at millerschryslerjeep.com. Stock numbers 20126, 20017, 19347, 20135, 19232. All payments based on approved credit, taxes, tags, and processing fees extra. See dealer for details.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
We welcome you back in here to Tuscarora High School in that center circle. That's Xavier Chase for Tuscarora. For Martinsburg, it's Telrin Villa. 3 officials to work this one. Ball is in the air. Tip heading to the far sideline. It'll go out of bounds. Let's see who's the last to touch it. We may do it all over again. Yeah. There it is. The officials could not tell, so we will do it again. 2 number 12s in that center circle. Ball's in the air. This time the tip into the backcourt, controlled by the Titans, and on the dribble, it's Isaiah Thomas. 6-foot senior, goes 9.9 a game, and right now the leading scorer with Drahan not on the floor. Quinn with it out top. Martinsburg in their man-to-man defense. Teddy Marshall guarding Quinn, dribbling off on that left wing. Passing off to Chase, who takes it down the middle of the lane. His shot comes off the back of the rim. Rebound tipped a couple of times. That's Dorn Smith who's got it. Quickly into the front court. Anthony Smith going to Telrin Villa along the left baseline. Has the ball poked away. Still loose on that baseline where it's grabbed by Maltzby. That's a Bulldog turnover, and back the other way goes Thomas. Thomas on that left wing, guarded by Garrett Stobbs. Passes to Quinn on the right wing. Thought about that 3 and now backs it out. Tuscarora will be a little more methodical with their offense.
And Matt, something to watch out for in this game. Shouldn't be an issue for Martinsburg, but a shot clock here in Maryland, that 30-second shot clock. So something that the Dogs are going to have to watch out for in this game. But most of the time, they're getting up and down the floor a lot quicker than that 30-second clock anyway.
Brandon Evans with a nice drive down the left baseline. Had his shot roll around the rim and out. The rebound got tipped out. It belongs to Martinsburg. Bulldog basketball. No score a minute into this one. Teddy Marshall into the front court to Smith here on this left wing. Back out top to Marshall, around to Stobbs on the right side of the floor. Bounce feed goes to Villa along the baseline. The Dogs swing it back around. Driving this left baseline is Anthony Smith. Put up the shot off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound to Evans. Evans into the front court. Slows it down and backs it out. Zone defense applied by Tuscarora. Martinsburg got a good look but couldn't get it to go. Here's a 3 from Isaiah Thomas, and back the other way. Martinsburg, a little lob feed. Teddy Marshall along the baseline, threw it up to the rim where it was tipped up and in by Telrin Villa.
Yeah, Marshall well behind the defense. An easy job opportunity for him on the 2-on-1.
Penetrating into the lane, James Quinn turns and puts up the short shot. It is good. We are tied at 2. So Quinn has 2. Villa has 2.
That's about it.
Teddy Marshall trying that traditional deep 3 from the left sideline. It is off the mark as it rolled around the rim and out. A rebound to Thomas. Isaiah Thomas into the front court. He'll fire a 3 from the left side. No good. Maltzby had the rebound momentarily knocked away from him. Still loose on the near sideline and out of bounds. Let's see. Apparently last touching Dorn Smith. He and Brandon Evans were diving after that loose ball. All you saw were 1s. 2 1s on Smith's uniform as he wears 11. And the 1 from Brandon Evans for Tuscarora. Inbounds pass, working to Thomas, driving from left to right into the lane, had his shot blocked, regains control, and the pass goes to Quinn on the right side, and his mid-range jumper is up and good to give Tuscarora a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, it was good initial defense. It was Dorn Smith who had that block inside from Martinsburg, but just wasn't able to get it to a teammate on the block. Went right back down to Quinn. He was able to finish the job off at the end.
Anthony Smith on that right wing, giving it off to Teddy Marshall on this left side of the floor. Stobbs setting up in this left corner. Pass goes back on that right wing to Smith. At the high post to Telrin Villa, down to the low post. Dorn Smith had his shot block, regains control, puts it up, couldn't get it. Gets the rebound again. This time turns a little bit of a jump hook, if you will, as he put it up and in.
Yeah, right there. Good defense by Isaiah Thomas. And the shot clock running down. Not sure if the Dogs were aware of that. I'm sure it was just a lot of good play around the rim for Dorn Smith. Only 2 seconds left when he got that final tip in.
Low post on the right side. Xavier Chase works his way in against Smith, but missed the shot, and the rebound controlled by Villa. Into the front court, Anthony Smith on the drive down the middle of the lane. Oh, I thought it got tipped out of his hand, but last touching Smith, it goes out of bounds.
No, that was last off Smith. Had it poked away, and as he was trying to get it back, went off his hand on this baseline right in front of us.
We are tied at 4. We were tied at 2, now tied at 4, and we're nearing the midway point of quarter number 1. So Tuscarora has this game at a pace they might like. Out top with it, Evans. He's being guarded by Anthony Smith. Passing it off to Thomas. Thomas moving to his left, sending back to Evans. He'll fire the deep jumper from that left wing. It's a little too strong, and the rebound to Telrin Villa. Quick outlet up the floor. Teddy Marshall. Double teamed along the near sideline, gives out top to Stobbs. His three on the way, off the rim and the backboard, and the rebound to Brandon Evans. One and done for the Dogs.
Garrett Stobbs is at 21 threes this year, but not a lot lately. He has not had the touch from beyond the arc, but we've said it game in and game out the last couple. He has helped that by improving his game inside.
Driving baseline left side was Isaiah Thomas, and we have a whistle and a foul, and that foul occurring away from the basketball. Waiting to see who they say that one will go against.
I think there was only 1 for Garrett Stobbs.
And they still have 3 up there as fouls, so if it was 1-4, then it is the first on Garrett Stobbs. Inbounds pass going to Thomas at the rim. He missed the shot. The Bulldogs the rebound and down the floor. Telrin Villa trying a reverse layup, couldn't get it to go, and back the other way. Here comes Tuscarora. On the dribble, it's Quinn angling in on the left side. He floats one up on the run. Shot didn't go. Backside rebound for Thomas. And we've got a whistle and a foul, and 2 free throws are coming.
And that break started with a great job saving the basketball by Brandon Evans. Falling out of bounds just to our left, but able with one hand to keep his balance in the air and find a teammate as he was falling out of bounds. That led to that offensive possession.
Not good, Matt. That is foul number 2 on Garrett Stobbs. Very quickly picking up a pair. Trey Sager is waiting at the scorer's table to come in as Isaiah Thomas. That's A-Z-I-A-H. Knocks down the first free throw. Puts Tuscarora in front 5-4. Thomas, a senior, has had a season high of 20 points. Left hand's up this second one. It is through. His first 2 of the ball game, and it's a 6-4 Tuscarora lead, and here's a near steal, and it is a steal of the midcourt stripe. Isaiah Thomas takes it down and lays it up and in with a left hand. He stepped into the passing lane, tipped it, ended up going out of bounds, but came back in to be the first one to get to it, and then drove it to the rim. The Dogs go high post to Telrin Villa. His 14-foot jumper off the back iron. Rebound to Tuscarora. In the front court, Quinn working to Thomas on that left wing. Just like that, 8-4. Here's the lead for Tuscarora, and a chance to add to it with under 3 minutes to play in the first. In the left corner, Thomas with it. Started to drive, has to pass it out off the hands of Maltzby, who is able to grab it, and now falling down while passing, dribbling through the lane from left to right, throws it away. It's a steal, and the lob pass down the floor to Teddy Marshall for 2. Quickly the other way, driving in on the left angle. That's Isaiah Thomas, whose underhand finger roll is good.
We've gone from slow offensive sets, and it's come in spurts where it's been fast breaks. We just saw that. Still a 4-point game, 10-6.
Good take, Telrin Villa along the left baseline. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound tipped around. Trey Sager's shot rolls off the rim. Rebound gets tipped out, and this time controlled by Anthony Smith to Teddy Marshall. Top of the key 3. He rattles it home. Teddy Marshall with his 30th three-pointer of the season. The Dogs within 1.
And Teddy, 5 quick points.
Wow, deep 3 from the right side for James Quinn. He's got 7 points. 13-9 Tuscarora. Yeah, the offense is off to a slow start, but now they're lighting up as Anthony Smith from the left wing hits a 3 for the Bulldogs.
Anthony Smith's 8th of this season. So doesn't do it often. We said this against Spring Mills when he knocked one down. Doesn't do it often, but tends to be relatively good when he pops up from beyond the arc.
Absolutely. He is the Bulldogs' 3rd leading scorer right now, averaging 10.1 a game, behind Telrin Villa's 19.5 and Teddy Marshall's 17.6. Pass at the high post, almost poked away from Chase. He controls it, takes it hard to the basket, down the right side of the lane, and we've got a reach in and a foul. That one will go on the Bulldogs, Trey Sager. His first, but the team's 3rd. And that will send Xavier Chase, the 6'3 junior, to the charity stripe. Chase with a couple of dribbles puts it up, and it comes off the front of the rim. No good. 13-12, a 1-point Tuscarora lead with 1:24 remaining here in quarter number one.
Yeah, Matt, you said it a little bit earlier, but the offense has taken a while to get going. But once they have, it's been pretty quick pace the last couple of possessions up the floor. More the Martinsburg style of gameplay, but Tuscarora holding their own in the first quarter.
Chase's second foul shot on the way. It comes off the back rim, but high into the air to get the rebound. And number 13, we don't have a 13, at least according to what we were given. Well, the pass in the lane goes to Chase, and he will put it up and in. And just like that, it's 15-12. I'm assuming maybe that is Jordan Chaney, who had been scratched off of a roster that I had been sent earlier today by Coach Whiten. So we'll assume 13 still is Jordan Chaney. So Anthony Smith in the front court for the Bulldogs, passing from left to right on that right wing. It's in the hands of Teddy Marshall. A little bit of a no-look pass to the high post through the hands of Telrin Villa. And Maltsby picks it up. That's 3 Bulldog turnovers. Quickly the other way. Deep three from the left side. No good for Quinn. Rebound picked up off the floor by Anthony Smith. Smith down the floor. Feeds to Dorn Smith. Smith had his shot blocked by Quinn. Loose ball grabbed by Chase and back the other way. Here comes Tuscarora.
Nice fancy behind-the-back pass from Anthony Smith, but great defense by James Quinn. Not a lot that you see a defender win a 3-on-1 in the odd direction, but great job by Quinn on the defensive end. 19 seconds, just about 8 seconds differentiating the shot and game clock.
James Quinn on the dribble on that left wing, down to 13 seconds. Passes off, intended for Chase, knocked away and stolen. Anthony Smith with it, ahead to Teddy Marshall. Lays it up, hit rims out, no good. Rebound gets tipped, and it's controlled by Chaney. He'll fire a pass down the floor, stolen by Trey Sager. And a just inside the midcourt line shot at the buzzer. Comes off the right side of the backboard, never got the rim. And that is how quarter number one comes to a close. Tuscarora has a 3-point lead. We'll go to the second quarter after this 60-second break. It's Tuscarora 15, Martinsburg 12.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078. Who should you call when it comes to your real estate legal needs?
This is Chris Luttrell, local real estate attorney with offices in Martinsburg and Charlestown. Let's be direct. Buying or selling your home is a matter not to be taken lightly. At my firm, Luttrell LC, we possess the experience and knowledge to represent you and ensure your most important investment is protected. Give us a call at 304-267-3050, 304-267-3050, because at Luttrell LC, your home is our business.
We welcome you back into Tuscarora High School. Matt Miller, Matt Crawford with you. Eric Sterick running our TV10 camera. And back at the studio, Colin McLaughlin is our engineer and producer. Martinsburg basketball as we get quarter number 2 underway. A 3 could tie it for the Dogs. Teddy Marshall in the left corner thought about it. Going to pass it back out to Dorn Smith. Back to Marshall. Down low to Telrin Villa. Elevates for the two-hand slam dunk. Villa now has 4.
That's a good way to get your second basket. The first one was an alley-oop that he was able to finish around the basket and not throw it down. That time taking it himself, throwing it down with 2 hands.
Down in the lane, that was Maltsby with the right-hand scoop shot, would not go. Bulldog rebound and back the other way, Anthony Smith working to Villa on this left wing. Back out to Smith, knocked away from him, but deep in the front court, Villa able to track it down. He'll dribble to his right and send it to Teddy Marshall. Right sideline 3, off the mark. Dorn Smith high in the air, got the rebound. Short jumper up and good. Great effort, Dorn Smith. And the Dogs with a rebounding advantage. I've got them right now 12-8. And now they have a 1-point advantage on the scoreboard, 16-15.
That was a good job by Dorn Smith, not going over the back, but having that 3-inch height advantage in the longer arms to go get that rebound.
Boy, nice drive by Isaiah Thomas. As he started right, went to his left, little hesitation, and took it to the rim and laid it up and in.
17-16, Tuscarora regains the lead. Telrin-Villa, baseline left side, Matt, from our angle. He
was
shot around the
yep,
backboard.
Absolutely did. Definitely with that left foot, only about 6 inches from that baseline, went behind the backboard.
Hard drive again along the left side of the floor by Isaiah Thomas. He banks it up and in, and the lead goes back to Tuscarora. So this is a back-and-forth battle with 6:20 to play in our first half. 19-18, the Titans with the lead. The Dogs working around the perimeter, working to Teddy Marshall just right at the top of the key. His 3-ball off the mark, but there's Dorn Smith with a tip-in on the offensive rebound. He's got 6.
Yeah, Smith has 6, and that was just a good job of following a shot. Wasn't his shot. He had to follow a couple of defenders there for Tuscarora, just not able to box out Smith.
James Quinn with a very deep 3, but it was saved from going out of bounds by Thomas.
I believe that was Cheney who finished at the rim, Matt.
There it was. I couldn't tell. That was Jordan Cheney, a 13, not 12. Xavier Chase. So Cheney gets his first 2, and don't look now, 21-20, the lead for Tuscarora. Bulldog basketball. Anthony Smith out top, driving into the lane. Wow, a lot of contact. No foul called. Shot came off the backboard and looked like Telrin-Villa from our angle that tipped it in.
Coming in, and that was an interesting set at the top of the key. Anthony Smith got the basketball, went to pass left and realized that nobody was there. So Martinsburg lucky that he didn't just throw the ball away expecting a teammate to be there.
Along the far sideline, Quinn giving off to Thomas. Thomas passing to Cheney along the left side of the lane. Cheney backs it out, now starts to drive, losing control of the basketball, has to grab it. Gives it off, but the ball is loose, and it's Trey Sager who comes away with a lob feed down the floor. Dorn Smith, nice job to maintain his balance, stay in bounds, dribble out to the right sideline, and then knock down the baseline jumper.
Matt, that was just incredible display of athleticism by Dorn Smith. Not only to get up the floor that quick, but keep his balance. Looked like a running back trying not to get tackled, putting that offhand down, and then just the quick elevation through. What was good defense by Tuscarora. Great job by Dorn Smith. Another turnover for the Titans. Back the other way comes Martinsburg.
Yeah, good job as Telrin-Villa stepped into the passing lane. He led the break with the feed to Teddy Marshall. Cutting in on the left angle. Marshall's leg up is good, and Martinsburg leads 26-21. And Tuscarora head coach Daryl Whiten wants a timeout. We've got 4:28 remaining in our first half. Let's take a 30-second break with Martinsburg in front by 5.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Martinsburg on a little bit of a run after falling behind 19-18. Martinsburg on a quick 8-2 push, has the lead now at 5. Checking into the lineup is Robert Hallman. He's a 6-foot sophomore guard. He's in the front court for Tuscarora and throws it away. Telrin-Villa ahead to Teddy Marshall. Leg up good. Now 5 turnovers for Tuscarora. They started the game very well, but have had a few of those miscues over the course of this second period in particular, allowing Martinsburg to push that lead out. That's Maltzby with it left of the lane. 16-foot jumper off the iron. Rebound Telrin-Villa into the front court to Teddy Marshall. Cutting in on that right angle. Floats it up. Shot wouldn't go. But we've got a foul, and we've got Dorn Smith down on the court. Looks like he may have rolled his ankle as he was looking to get position inside. Yep, and he wants someone to come in. He needs to get off the floor and get off of that sore ankle. Teddy Marshall making his way to the charity stripe, where he's an 80% foul shooter, 69 of 86 coming in and misses. Hey, the Dogs shot just 48% from the line on Friday night out at Spring Mills.
So you're telling me there's room for improvement?
Again,
and they can't find consistency from the charity stripe this year. We've seen games where they shoot 80-85% as Teddy Marshall knocks down 1 of 2. And then we've seen games very similar to Friday against Spring Mills, where they just can't seem to buy a bucket from that charity stripe.
Yeah, it's below 50% or above 70%.
Yep.
Penetrating into the lane was James Quinn, but then his pass got knocked away. Quinn comes up with a loose ball, though, drives it to the rim and lays it up and in. 29-23.
Great job by James Quinn. That was just not quitting on a play. He saw saw that entire time that he had an opportunity to get that basketball and just stuck with it. Wasn't any sort of real pressure in the backcourt other than number 4, James Quinn. Just saw something he liked, stayed back, and it paid off as he's now got 9.
By the way, it was Quinn who committed that foul that sent Teddy Marshall to the line, and Luke Fowler is checked into the Bulldog lineup. Loose ball grabbed by Telrin Villa in the lane. His shot comes off the rim. Second attempt rolls around the rim and out, but Trey Sager is there to tip it up and in. Quickly coming the other way, driving down the right side of the lane, Brandon Evans, and he banks it in on the run for his first 2. Well, don't look now, but we're back to that fast-paced scoring. Luke Fowler in the front court, giving it off to Anthony Smith. Back to Fowler on this left wing. Again to Smith, and they'll swing it around to Teddy Marshall on that right side of the floor. Working into the lane to Telrin Villa. His 10-foot jumper comes off the mark, and there's Savion Maltspeak grabbing that rebound.
And that a lot of contact down low on Telrin Villa going up. Saw a lot of contact on that shooting arm, no call.
Xavier Chase, low post left side, has his shot come off the mark, but that rebound to Hallman. He'll pass it out top to Quinn, and Tuscarora resets offensively. Quinn deep on that left side of the floor. Moving to his left, gets down to the baseline where Teddy Marshall reaches in from behind and pokes it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Titans. Terrell Winston, 6'4", senior center, checking into the lineup. Spelling Xavier Chase.
Yeah, their big man. He is the tallest person on their roster, going 6'4".
Well, the inbounds pass lobbed out top to Robert Hallman, and the 6-foot sophomore cans the 3. 31-28, that Bulldog lead cut to 3. We're now under 2 minutes to play in our first half.
And this is a big 2 minutes in this ball game. Martinsburg has really dominated this second quarter. It'd be nice to go into the half with more than a 3-point lead, as Luke Fowler going to get fouled in the 3 from the left corner. He's going to go to the line for not 1, not 2, but 3 foul shots.
Wow, and after Robert Hallman cans the 3 on one end, he commits the no-no. It's the foul on the 3-pointer from the left corner that will send Luke Fowler to the line, a 75% foul shooter. His first one is up, and it is through. The Dogs did not attempt a free throw in quarter number 1. They're now 2 for 3 from the line here in this second quarter. Fowler averaging about 3.6 a game on the varsity level, but also seeing time on the JV level as just a sophomore. He makes the first 2 and has 1 more to come. Puts this one up, and it is good as well. So maybe this will be a good free throw shooting night for the Dogs after Marshall's first miss. He makes 1, and now Fowler makes 3, so that's 4 in a row.
And we know that hitting 3-point shots is Fowler's specialty, and he got 3 that way, just not traditionally.
Well, a loose basketball picked up by Hallman, almost a steal for Teddy Marshall, but the ball got poked away, and now Hallman low post right side has his shot deflected, and it goes out of bounds, still belonging to Tuscarora.
And that was great defense down low by Trey Sager. Tuscarora had a 3-on-1 opportunity, 2 guys underneath the basket, just not able to get the basketball. Trey Sager doing a good job of keeping his arms out and keeping that body wide.
Hallman triggering that inbounds baseline left side, still looking, eventually able to get it in, and low post right side of the lane. That's Xavier Chase, who spins baseline and gets to the rim for the bucket.
I'll tell you what, Matt, they're letting them play tonight, are the officials.
Yep.
There's been a lot of contact, and it's been even on both sides, so nothing to complain about as long as it stays even for both teams. I have no problem with it. This is good basketball.
Driving baseline right side, it was Anthony Smith passing out on the left wing to Fowler. His 3 wouldn't go, but Sager got the rebound, feeding to Anthony Smith for 2.
1 minute remaining before halftime. A 6-point contest, and Martinsburg gets a steal.
Yep, Trey Sager with that steal to Anthony Smith into the front court. Down the middle of the lane, he puts it up and in. Tough shot with defenders around him. 38-30, that Martinsburg advantage. 43 seconds. Hallman races into the front court, giving it off to Chase, moving from left to right into the lane. He kisses it in off the window. Xavier Chase, the 6'3 junior, makes it 38-32. The Martinsburg lead at 6. Teddy Marshall on the left sideline thought about the 3. They'll swing it around to Fowler. His pass intended for Sager, tipped away and taken by Brandon Evans. Evans to the rim, lays it up and in, counted, and a 3-point opportunity as Brandon Evans, the 5'11 junior guard, fouled.
in the act of shooting, and that foul looks like it will go on Anthony Smith.
And that was a big opportunity for Martinsburg to make it a double-digit game going into the half. Would have given Tuscarora an opportunity with the last shot. Shot clock's off now, so Martinsburg will get the last shot, but it was a golden opportunity for the Dogs.
Well, the free throw off the front of the rim, and Martinsburg quickly the other way. Teddy Marshall, beautiful bounce feed to Anthony Smith, who gets the finger roll. Martinsburg's lead at 40-34. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. James Quinn with it deep on this right side of the floor. Down to 4. He'll fire that very deep three. It's off the side of the rim, no good, and the ball goes out of bounds as the horn sounds, and we have reached the intermission. We'll come back and get into our halftime activities after this 1 minute timeout. We are at the break, and Martinsburg leads 40-34.
Hello, I'm Michael Falk, a lifelong resident of West Virginia, husband and father. I worked my way through school and life with honesty, hard work, and determination. These principles have served me well in athletics, education, farming, and aviation, and have carried me through years of fighting for a more accountable government at the local and state level. These same core principles will allow me to serve you well in Charleston. I believe true leadership is sticking your neck out for right, even when it goes against the establishment. You can help me put principle over politics and beat the odds one more time.
My family, we're always on the move. Little brother is living it up.
What's up, sis?
See Mom make dinner?
I will see you there.
And my big brother, he's got his hands full. But when Mom says come home for dinner, what could possibly stand in our way? Nothing. When you're part of a family like this, you always show up. The Honda family of SUVs, awarded Best SUV Brand for 2019.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. Eric Sterick running our TV10 camera. And it is Colin McLaughlin back at the studio. We are here at Tuscarora High School where the Titans host the Bulldogs. And Matt, an entertaining first half. Very low scoring to get it started. Martinsburg took a 2-0 lead. Tuscarora tied it at 2. Tuscarora took a 4-2 lead. Martinsburg tied it at 4. Tuscarora then scored the next couple of baskets. They took an 8-4 lead. Martinsburg would get back to within 1 at 10-9, but eventually still down by 3 at the end of quarter number 1. Still down by a point at 19-18 in that second quarter. Martinsburg puts together a quick burst, and they take a 5-point lead at 26-21 and really haven't looked back since then as they've come close to pushing it out to double digits. But Tuscarora staying close right now, down by 6 at the intermission.
And, Matt, on the offensive end, for both teams, it's pretty much been, all right, what are you doing? Let me try to do it too. When one team is slowing down the offense, usually the other one has been in this first half. When one team isn't scoring, the other team having a hard time finding the bottom of the basket. Luckily for Martinsburg in those cases, when they've been able to break a scoring drought, or one of the teams was able to, it has been Martinsburg so far. And when Martinsburg's been able to play their tempo of offense, so far Tuscarora's been able to keep up. Been impressed with their athleticism, which is something we heard from Coach Rogers in the pregame, was they're an athletic team. They can get up and down the floor just like Martinsburg can. Overall, very entertaining first half offensively, and the defense has shown up in spurts. But again, it goes away with that up-pace and fast-paced offense.
Well, a half-court to shooting contest getting ready to take place. Matt, you said you wanted to get out there and give this a try. Now's your opportunity.
You know, it's the darndest thing. I don't have $1 in my wallet.
I got one. I
don't want to take money from you.
Oh yeah, I hear you. I hear you. You just don't want us to see you take that half-court shot. I'm not going because I know mine would be.
I was going to say, no, in my luck, this would be one of those nights I'd make one.
Oh, and again, part of this, the proceeds on this Will Strong night going to the family of Will Eaton. If you got a chance to catch any of our pregame show, a young man who battled with a rare but aggressive form of cancer for about 4.5 years, a part of this Titan basketball program, passed away on January the 31st, right around the time they were working to plan this very event, an event that has turned into a remembrance as opposed to being in a moment to really, honor and encourage him in that fight. And so his family here earlier, and some very special pregame ceremonies, and those activities all continuing as a part of this special Will Strong night here at Tuscarora. It is a 40-34 lead for Martinsburg at the intermission. And when we come back, we'll tell you what happened in the JV game, set up what else is happening around the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Let's see, I think we're going to
I'll tell you who the new head football coach is at Martinsburg High School. We understand that the Board of Education making an approval and an announcement on that back at home this evening. That and more after this 60-second break. It's West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
Get the biggest savings of the year at the 2019 Big Finish event going on now at Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Martinsburg. How about an all-new Ram 1500 LTD over $10,000 off plus 0% APR? A 2019 Ram HD 3500 over $7,000 off. A 2020 Jeep Compass is only $21,266. The all-new Chrysler Voyager is $27,479 plus 0% APR. And a 2019 Chrysler 300 is only $24,815. Celebrate the 2019 Big Finish with the deepest discounts and lowest APR of the year. No money down, no payments for 90 days. Great selection, great people, and great deals at Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 9 at Kelly Island Road, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Online at MillersChryslerJeep.com. Stock numbers 20126, 20017, 19347, 20135, 19232. All payments based on approved credit, taxes, tags, and processing fees extra. See dealer for details.
Going on tonight, not only this matchup in boys basketball, but Hedgesville is at Jefferson. Musselman is at University, and Spring Mills is at Washington. Last night in boys play, Musselman lost in overtime at Buchanan Upshur 73-71, and in girls play, it was Spring Mills over Washington 55-29. Jefferson beat Hedgesville 65-32, and the girls' sectional pairings were announced late today. Region 2, Section 1, Martinsburg, Musselman, Spring Mills, Hedgesville, seeds 1, 2, 3, and 4. Over in Section 2, Jefferson, Hampshire, Washington, seeds 1, 2, and 3. Sectional girls tournaments getting underway next week. Hard to believe, right? Season's almost over.
We're only a few weeks away. 2, right?
Yeah, because next
not
week
even
is
2.
the
It's
final
really
week of the
about
regular
a week
season.
and a couple of days.
And then, yep, it is sectional boys basketball time as well. And then right around the corner, you know what it is? Baseball season. All right, well, we need to get in our final 1-minute timeout. On the other side of this break, we will come back and run some numbers from the first half. First, a reminder, our halftime brought to you by Smallwood Small Insurance, your total insurance solution. They're at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Give them a call, 304-263-3361 with all of your insurance questions. Back in 60, we're at the intermission with Martinsburg leading here at Tuscarora 40-34.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We are back once again. Our Smallwood Small Insurance halftime show continuing from here at Tuscarora High School in Frederick, Maryland. First half stats brought to you by Mike Folk for Governor. Accountable, ethical, responsible. Learn more at folk4wv.com. Paid for by Michael Folk for Governor.
Want to start with individuals?
You got it. Take it away, sir.
Martinsburg, individual numbers look like this. Trey Sager has a basket. Dorn Smith with 8. Telrin Villa also with 8. Teddy Marshall, your leading scorer for Martinsburg, tied with leading scorer for the game right now. He has 10. 9 points for Anthony Smith and 3 for Luke Fowler. That coming on 3 foul shots. For Tuscarora, individual numbers look like this. Brandon Evans, 4 points. 10 for Isaiah Thomas. 9 for James Quinn. 4 for Xavier Chase. 2 for who we believe is Jordan Cheney. And 5 for Robert Hallman. Matt, some team numbers.
All right, let's see. Martinsburg hit 2 3-pointers in the first half. 2 Tuscarora's 1. The Bulldogs 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. That's 80%. The Titans 2 of 5. That's 40%. Martinsburg only committed 4 fouls. The Titans only committed 2. They're letting them play in this one. And frankly, it's been a well-played game. It hasn't been like there's a lot of fouls.
Yeah.
There's been some physical play, but
there's no touch fouls being called either. They're letting them play.
There you go. I've got Martinsburg at a +5 in rebounding, 15 to 10, and plus just 1 in turnovers. The Dogs have turned it over 5 times, 6 times so far for the Titans. It was 15-12 Tuscarora after 1, but Martinsburg outscoring the Titans by a 28-19 score in that second quarter to open up this 6-point halftime lead at 40-34. First half stats brought to you by Mike Folk for Governor. Accountable, ethical, responsible. Find out more at folk4wv.com. Paid for by Mike Folk for Governor. And it wraps up our Smallwood Small Insurance halftime. They're a 121 administrative drive in Martinsburg. Phone 304-263-3361. John Alderton must have stepped out at the beginning of our last segment there to get a drink or something at halftime, because he just sent me a text. Tease about the announcement of head coach, then you don't announce it, LOL.
We did. First thing we did when we came back, John.
Britt Sherman is the new head coach.
A little bit louder for those in the back, apparently.
Of the
Turn the volume up, old man.
Football program. By the way, he also gave us a reminder on this special night here, Will Strong Night at Tuscarora, the Martinsburg athletic family being touched by it as well, with Taylor Schweinbraten, the former Martinsburg cheerleader, the sister of one young Schweinbraten who was on the football team. I recall
Nathan
calling his name numerous times, making special teams hits and tackles, and Taylor is battling through a rare bone cancer at just 21 years of age, and you can help her and her family out. They have a GoFundMe account. Just go to Team Taylor Tackles Cancer. Just go to GoFundMe and then type that in, and you can have an opportunity to help out the cause there. And they've got the special fundraiser that is going on here tonight, as it is Will Strong Night, remembering Will Eaton, a young man who at, just 18 years of age, passed away in his battle with cancer. Well, the teams have retaken to the floor, and we are just about ready to get our second half started.
All right, man, I got to apologize to John. John, you may be an old man, but I got to apologize. Apparently, there was a extra commercial spot played back in the studio for when we came back in. So for those who apparently nobody heard, once again, Britt Sherman, the new head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldog football team.
Yeah, had been the JV head coach, a long-time assistant, and now takes over the varsity level as head coach David Walker. He is at Concord University on the college level.
Tuscarora going to start with the basketball here to start the second half, and an immediate turnover.
James Quinn at midcourt in a double team, throwing down the floor, I believe trying to get it to Isaiah Thomas, and threw it over his head and out of bounds. So a good start for Martinsburg with a little half-court trap action. Now the Dogs work into the front court, now shooting at the far end of the gym as we are on the baseline. Turn our one camera around and give you hopefully a unique shot occasionally. Bulldog basketball penetrating into the lane. Oh, nice lob feed. That was Teddy Marshall, who got into the lane, floated it up as though it were a shot, and Telrin Villa cut down the right baseline and stuffed it home.
Garrett Stobbs back into the ball game. 2 quick fouls in that first half. Didn't see him at all the end of the first quarter, and don't believe we saw him at all in that second quarter of play either. He is back into the game. The starting 5 out there for both teams.
Well, and another turnover for Tuscarora as Telrin Villa stepped into the passing lane.
Back the other way, it's Anthony Smith from the left side, and he drains the three-pointer. He's now got 12 on the night, 12 points, 45-34. Martinsburg now with a double-digit lead, and a trap near the midcourt stripe, and Coach Whiten, seeing his man in trouble, will call for the timeouts. Second timeouts that Tuscarora has used. This will be a 30-second break. Matt, we will go ahead and keep it here and check in on what's happening on Talk Radio WRNR. Yeah, the AM and the FM has the West Virginia University Mountaineers. And the question is, whose phone will be faster in getting to a Mountaineer score?
17:07 remaining in the second half, and the Mountaineers are leading by just one, 34-33. And that is a game that they're heavily favored in. This should be a game at home that they really need to pick up. And again, the offense just not producing the last couple of games, and not a good sign, just a one-point game right now.
I had that simultaneously.
I'm sure you did.
I
Matt,
did.
If you want to know, we are in Maryland. The Terps are leading Northwestern 17-6.
Early on, still in that one.
Yeah, 12 minutes remaining in the first half.
Well, again, the Bulldogs go to a trap, and they get the steal. Telrin Villa ahead to Trey Sager. Shot blocked from behind. Great block by Thomas, and quickly the other way. Stepping into the lane is James Quinn, but his shot off the mark. Battle for the rebound. Xavier Chase comes down with it and goes back up, getting the bucket and a foul. Boy, Xavier Chase, 6'3", good leaper. Strong inside. Nice job to get that rebound, and the foul goes on Trey Sager, his second. Chase 0 for 2 from the line in that first half. Puts this one up, and it rims in and out, no good. Battle for the rebound. That was Hallman who kept it alive but saved it into the hands of Anthony Smith. Smith into the front court. Gives to Teddy Marshall. Deep three. Up and good. Just left of the top of the key. Teddy Marshall knocks it down. His second of the night. 31st of the season. But the Dogs do not get back defensively. And Isaiah Thomas drives the right baseline and gets the leg up.
And two of the first three baskets hit from Martinsburg in this second half have been from on the three-point line. Teddy Marshall wanted to make it 3 of the first 4. His shot rims out.
Yeah, and the rebound to Hallman, and back the other way. Tuscarora down by 10. Hallman now open. Left side three on the way for him. He rattles it in. Robert Hallman with his second three on the night.
You have a 3. You have a 3.
Everybody gets threes.
3 so far in this second half to start. We're not even 3 minutes in. Threes are wild right now.
Hey, we had 3 threes the entire first half, and now 3 threes in barely 2 minutes of play in this second half.
5:33 remaining in the third quarter.
And Teddy Marshall tries a 3 from the right corner, and it goes off the backboard, and then it hit the backboard supports. There is a strap that comes down that helps in pulling the basket up. When the basket needs to be pulled up out of the way, that strap hangs out a little bit on an angle, and that shot hit off the back rim and shot high up into the air. So it's a team rebound for the Titans, and Trey Sager, a little hobbled, is heading off the floor, favoring his lower leg, and it will bring Dorn Smith back into the Bulldog lineup. Martinsburg with a 7-point lead, trying to trap in the backcourt. Broken by Thomas. Thomas giving it off, low post left side to Maltsby, had the ball stripped away from him. Hallman grabs it. His shot comes off the iron, and the rebound this time goes out of bounds, belonging to Martinsburg. So a pretty decent look for Robert Hallman after getting that loose ball that was knocked away from Savion Maltsby, but could not get that shot to go, and still a 7-point lead for Martinsburg. The Dogs go low post left side to Dorn Smith. Passes out top to Anthony Smith. Around to Marshall on that left wing. On the right side of the floor to Garrett Stobbs. His 3 rattles in and out. Maltsby there has the rebound. Outlet to Quinn up that far side. Looking to get it to Chase. Guarded there by Anthony Smith, and that's just a mismatch. And Xavier Chase spinning baseline, able to get inside of Anthony Smith and draw the foul, as Smith will pick up his second personal.
And Chase getting away with a little bit of a hook down low, using that offhand to go around and propel himself around Anthony Smith. Haven't seen those fouls called today, but could have easily been an offensive foul on the hook.
Free throw up and good, and after missing his first 3 from the charity stripe, Xavier Chase knocks this one down. He'll get another free throw as he was found in the act of shooting, and Matt, if he gets this one, he'll be in double figures at 10 points. Shot on the way, and it is good. 48-43. Martinsburg with the lead in the basketball. Garrett Stobbs left side three on the way. Hits off the back rim. Battle for the rebound, and let's see, we're going to have a foul, and it's going to go on Savion Maltsby. Maltsby using that off arm to literally throw away Dorn Smith, who ended up hitting the deck.
And Dorn Smith hits the deck and looks up and goes, "No whistle, seriously?" And as he is, that whistle blows as he was thrown to the ground.
Teddy Marshall from the right side firing a deep three, able to knock it down. That's his third of the night. So the Dogs quickly on that inbound get that long shot and back the other way. It's Thomas with a drive down the left side of the lane, drawing contact, and that foul will go on Garrett Stobbs, and that is going to be his third personal.
Yeah, Stobbs has not scored tonight. 3 personal fouls, not the game he was expecting to have tonight.
Inbounds pass goes to James Quinn, and from the left sideline, his three-pointer is up and good. Here we go again, raining threes. Telrin Villa, baseline left side, had the basketball poked away, and it is a steal for Savion Maltsby. 6 turnovers now for Martinsburg. Quinn into the front court, giving it off to Thomas on that right side of the floor, dribbles to his left, fires up that jumper. That one hit that basket support, and the officials didn't see it, and Robert Hallman gets the rebound and the putback. That was obvious.
I was going to say, you're only saying that because that little piece of rubber is still shaking back and forth.
Yeah, that's a missed call there by an underneath official. 51-48. The Martinsburg lead cut down to just 3. And a steal as Garrett Stobbs' pass to Dorn Smith down low got tipped and taken away by James Quinn. Good transition defense by Martinsburg, and Tuscarora will have to set up offensively. Xavier Chase with it out top to Maltsby. Back on that right side of the floor to Quinn. They really want to try to get it down low to Xavier Chase. Chase does get it low post on that right side. I think he rolled his ankle as he spun and put the shot up and in, and he's going to limp his way up the floor. 51-50, Martinsburg has their lead cut down to 1, and head coach Dave Rogers is going to call for a 30-second timeout. We'll take the 30-second break as well and then come back to Frederick. Again, Martinsburg leading Tuscarora by 1.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday. I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
We are back once again here at Tuscarora High School. Don't look now, but the Titans have gone on a nice run, and they are back to within a point. Let's see what head coach Dave Rogers draws up for his team as the Dogs work into the front court. Teddy Marshall on that right sideline thought about the 3, gave it up to Anthony Smith, back to Marshall, dribbles down towards that corner, gives back out on that right wing to Anthony Smith, again to Teddy Marshall. Dogs working against the zone defense. They'll go high post to Telrin Villa, to Marshall on the right wing. Bullets a pass in the lane intended for Dorn Smith, off his hand and out of bounds.
And, Matt, I think that was going to be a turnover anyway. Dorn Smith back to the basket on that baseline on the low block. Had no intention of quickly going up and shooting, and there was only 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
51-50. Martinsburg with the lead, driving along the angle right side. Isaiah Thomas lost it. It goes out of bounds.
Looked like he was looking to dish it to somebody in the corner, and very similar to what we saw from Anthony Smith in the first half, except Thomas ended up throwing the basketball away.
Yeah, I think he and Quinn were just having a little bit of a conversation on the other end of the floor as they're both out on that point in this 2-3 zone defense. Dorn Smith with it out top, sending to Teddy Marshall on that left sideline, back out top to Dorn, around to Anthony Smith on the right side of the floor. Skip pass across the defense. Got it to Teddy Marshall. His floater along the left baseline wouldn't go. Trey Sager's put back got blocked, and this time Quinn comes away with it. Good defense again by Tuscarora. 3-ball from Hallman off the left side. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Anthony Smith, the long rebound. Quick outlet up the floor to Teddy Marshall. Spinning down the left side of the lane. His shot off the mark. Trey Sager's putback wouldn't go. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Martinsburg.
And you love the effort coming in by Trey Sager, but I think if he doesn't go after that basketball, Telrin Villa has a very easy putback opportunity.
1:57 to play, quarter number 3. Martinsburg by 1, 51-50. Relatively low scoring third quarter so far for the Dogs. Martinsburg after the inbounds, getting it to Telrin Villa just left of the lane. He works his way into the paint, and that short shot up and good. He now has 12 on the night.
Yeah, 4 in this second half so far. He had a couple of baskets in the third quarter as we have 1:40 remaining in quarter number 3.
Driving into the lane from the high post area was Xavier Chase. Ball got knocked away from him. The Bulldogs quickly the other way, and Dorn Smith driving in on the right angle, able to get the leg up, the hoop, and the harm as he'll go to the line. Good turnover, or good defense leading to the turnover. And then quickly the other way, Dorn Smith is able to get the bucket, and he completes the three-point play. A 60% foul shooter, his first of the night. He's got 11 points, and the Bulldog lead is at 56-50. Into the front court, James Quinn on this wing left side. Picks up the dribble, sends it out top. I believe that's Cheney. Cheney with it, sending back on this near wing to James Quinn. Quinn spinning out of a double team near the midcourt stripe, giving back to Cheney on this left wing. Into the paint he goes, giving back to Quinn from the left side. He pulls up off the dribble. 16-footer rims out, no good. Battle for the rebound. Putting it up is Xavier Chase. And let's see, we've got a technical now that has just been called on Trey Sager. So we will have the personal foul and 2 free throws coming. That foul goes on Dorn Smith, which will be his first. And now we get a technical foul on Trey Sager. That will go down as his third. And we will have free throws coming. First, the 2 for Robert Hallman, who had grabbed the rebound on the miss and then was fouled as he was going up. Now this should be 1, right? The 2 points are on the board. He did make the basket. So they're going to shoot the 2 technical free throws first. So now it will be Xavier Chase who's going to come over and shoot those. Ironically enough, he's 2 for 5 from the line so far tonight. Or no, pardon me, I take that back. It was Chase who got the bucket and the harm, I thought.
No, I thought it was Holman who got the bucket.
Okay. One's a 12, one's a 22 again.
Because Chase taking 2 free throws right now. And
just got to make sure I mark my score sheet correct as Xavier Chase knocks him down after missing his first 3.
Yeah, he must have just been a little out of sorts.
Okay, I am still a little confused because he has now just taken 3 free throws.
So he must have made the basket. I thought
he
for
did
sure it was Robert Hallman.
So either way, the score now at 56-55 as the bucket and 3 free throws changed the complexion of this one. And after the inbounds, Anthony Smith called for a kicked ball as Tuscarora inbounded from the near sideline at the midcourt stripe. So yes, it was Chase who gets the bucket, and he goes ahead and makes the free throw to complete the 3-point play and the 2 technical foul shots. Xavier Chase with it again on that right side of the floor, drives it in, puts up the shot, it wouldn't go. Tip attempt comes off the rim, battle for the rebound. Telrin Villa's got it, and as he is dribbling out of the pack, we've got contact and a foul. And they go on Savion Maltsby, the 6'1 senior forward. Nope, it will go on Xavier Chase, and he is going to pick up the personal. So Bulldog basketball, length of the floor to go, but still with a 1-point lead.
Under a minute to play in quarter number 3, 40 seconds now on that running third quarter clock.
Skip pass from left to right, going to Teddy Marshall in that right corner. He'll pass it off at the high post to Telrin Villa, and from the right elbow, the 15-foot jumper is good. 58-55. The lead for Martinsburg is at 3. Deep on that far wing with it, Jordan Cheney. Sends it off to Brandon Evans, who's back out there. And Elias Hilliard out there for the first time tonight, a 5'8 junior guard with it briefly on this left wing. Gives to Maltsby, his pass back out top, taken away by Teddy Marshall. Down the floor to Garrett stops, and he will find Anthony Smith cutting to the basket, and the layup is good. A three-quarter court shot and air ball for Tuscarora as the horn sounds, and Martinsburg will head into quarter number 4 with the lead at 5. We'll take a 60-second break and then come back to Tuscarora High School, where Martinsburg leads the Titans 60-55.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
Is really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering a quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I am beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller, Eric Sterick running our TV10 camera. It is Colin McLaughlin, our producer-engineer, back at the studio. A 5-point Bulldog lead after leading by 6 at the half. Outscored 21-20 in quarter number 3, so the scoring did end up picking up as that one went along. Bulldog basketball, quarter number 4 getting started against that zone defense. Martinsburg working it around the perimeter. Teddy Marshall with it on the left side of the floor out near the midcourt stripe. Sends on this right wing to Anthony Smith. Gives off along the baseline to Telrin Villa. Villa with a reverse layup. Good.
Good body control down low, kind of pausing in the lane momentarily, switching hands, going up with the left.
Telrin Villa 16 points now on the night, just below his average of 19.5 a game. 62-55, the Bulldog advantage. Skip pass from left to right goes to Evans. His 3 from that right side off the mark, and Villa grabs the rebound. Going to bring it up the floor himself. Off to Dorn Smith. Smith in on the left angle. Got under too far. Shot came off the bottom of the rim. Rebound got tipped, controlled by Thomas. Thomas down the floor. His shot off the mark, and the rebound gets tipped, and Dorn Smith able to control it. Double teamed in the backcourt. Gets it off to Teddy Marshall, and now the Dogs will work into the front court. Little over a minute gone by in quarter number 4. Anthony Smith in the right corner. Giving back out to Marshall. Around to Stobbs to Dorn Smith in that left corner. Again, working against that zone defense. The Dogs getting it around the perimeter. On that left wing, it's a 3 for Stobbs. It's off the back of the iron. Dorn Smith high into the air, grabs that rebound. Gives it back out top to Teddy Marshall. He'll fire the 3 and got it. Teddy Marshall with his 3rd 3 of the night gives him 17 points, and the Bulldog lead is back to 10.
And that was a deep 3 that Teddy Marshall took. Looking back on our video replay we had, it's about 4 seconds delayed. Hard to tell the depth of that from where we're sitting, but that was not your average run-of-the-mill straightaway 3.
Thomas with it on that right wing, gives it off to Maltzby. His foul line jumper on the way. It's a little bit too strong. Battle for the rebound in the lane. Taking it away from Xavier Chase is Anthony Smith. Ahead to Teddy Marshall, driving in on the left angle. His layup is good. Marshall's up to 18 points. The Bulldog lead is up to 12. 67-55, and a timeout needed by Tuscarora and head coach Daryl Whiten. We'll take the 60-second break as well and then come back with 5:58 remaining in this one, and Martinsburg in front 67-55.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
WVU Medicine has planted itself here, and they're the first university that I've found who wants to take ownership of this population of Western Maryland, Southern Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and the good people of West Virginia. And it's really refreshing to see.
I was able to do things that the patients were going away for, which is good for the patients, and it's good for us because we have more resources.
Certainly has helped take us to another level.
Floodwaters can spread E. coli bacteria. Here's Bill Kearns from the Berkeley County Health Department about what to do if your well is tested positive.
If it's just a one-time contamination, you can superchlorinate your well, which we have instructions at the health department. They could call and talk to us. You're providing an excessive amount of bleach down the well. Then you do a runoff to get that out of the system, to get the bleach through your lines, get any contamination out there. You do a runoff of so long, and then you can have it tested again.
The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-5131.
All right, action is back underway quickly, and we've got a foul. Dribbling down to the right baseline was Isaiah Thomas, and Thomas in a double team was fouled by Garrett Stobbs, who has picked up his fourth. Been a tough night for him. Hasn't been able to get the shot to go, and now has 4 personal fouls. Inbound pass working to James Quinn. Quinn on that right side of the floor, controlling that dribble, looking for a passing lane maybe inside. Has to give it out to Thomas. Back to Quinn on this left wing. Quinn guarded tightly by Anthony Smith. Loses the dribble. Able to get it to Thomas in this left corner. Double team comes to him. He splits it. Stops. Pops from about 14 feet away. Off the rim and the rebound to Villa. Gives the outlet to Teddy Marshall, and they will slow it down.
Couldn't play that much better than Quinn did. Did a good job splitting that double team right in front of us. Had a good opportunity for the quick jump shot and just wasn't able to knock it down.
Teddy Marshall giving it off to Stobbs on that left side of the floor to Anthony Smith down in the corner. Back to Teddy Marshall on the right side. His 3 on the way and got another. Teddy Marshall with 4 threes on the night. He's up to 21 points, and we got a technical foul that has just been called. Martinsburg leading 70-55, and let's see who that technical is going on. Technical foul called on Martinsburg, and it may be on Teddy Marshall, and it is. It'll be his second personal foul. Free throw rolls around the rim and out, no good for James Quinn. Another opportunity coming. Head coach Dave Rogers getting everything explained to him. As the free throw is up and good, Quinn gets 1 out of 2. And now Tuscarora gets the basketball from the sideline. Drevon Tyree, a 6'3 senior forward, seeing his first action of the night, checking in for Tuscarora out of that timeout. So it's 70-56. The Martinsburg lead at 14. 4 minutes, 52 seconds left in this one. Quinn out top. Gives it off to Hallman on that far side. Back to Quinn. High post to Chase. Again to Hallman in that right corner. Wants to get it down low to Tyree, but they can't do it. They'll go to Chase at the high post. He steps inside the foul line, and the 12-foot jumper good. Xavier Chase, I got him at 17.
Yeah, he had 11 points in that third quarter alone. Having a very good ball game.
Kamarion Dow has checked into the Bulldog lineup. So the first time tonight we have seen him. Anthony Smith out top, driving into the lane. Right-hand scoop shot, good off the glass, but I think they're calling the foul on the floor before the shot. Yeah, that foul is a push on James Quinn, who just could not stay with Anthony Smith, who got that quick burst on the first step.
Matt, I got to go back and correct you. That is now the 5th 3 of the game for Teddy Marshall. Had that long 3 earlier in this fourth quarter from straight away.
Missing on that shot back the other way. That is Quinn. His shot from the left side off the mark, and the rebound got tipped and controlled by Drevon Tyree, and Tyree able to get his first points. So Anthony Smith had the front end of a 1-and-1 that he was unable to connect on. Back the other way, shot from Smith off the mark. Villa's shot wouldn't go. Sager got the rebound. His attempt did not go, but finally we get a whistle and a foul. And it looks like Trey Sager should be going to the line.
And gotta love the effort crashing the boards, not able to convert on a basket, but able to get Sager to the line. Like the effort by the Dogs on the offensive boards so far today.
70-60. Martinsburg right now with a 10-point lead, and Trey Sager at the line has that free throw touch about every part of the rim.
All that matters is it touches the bottom.
Trey Sager, a 45% free throw shooter. Second one up, and this one is good. So the first one apparently rolled off the side of the iron. The second one is good, so it's a 71. No, now they put it up there. That's because I thought both of them went. Back the other way, driving that left baseline. A shot for Tuscarora's Chase did not go, and Martinsburg with the rebound is into the offensive end with a 72-60 lead. I thought that free throw did go through, as you said, but it took him forever to get it up there. Dogs go low post right side to Trey. Sager turns and puts it up over Tyree and gets it to go. Sager with 4 fourth-quarter points, and the Bulldog lead at 74-60.
And that shot for Trey Sager did not have a whole lot of arch on it, did it, Matt? That thing went left to right, not a whole lot of up and down on it.
Hallman on this left side of the floor works his way down to the baseline, pulls up from about 10 feet out, and the rebound out of bounds off Telrin Villa. It will stay with the Titans. 3:02 to play in this one, 74-60. Don't look now, Matt, but Martinsburg is above their season average of 73 a game. And for the Titans, when they give up 60 or more, it has not been good. 0-9 this season. Inbounds pass, work to Maltsby along this left baseline, out top to Hallman. Giving it off to Xavier Chase and back to Hallman. So Maltsby got that high post. Spins around on that pivot foot several times. Eventually able to get it off to Cheney. Pocket picked by Kamarion Dow. Down the floor. His pocket picked by Maltsby. Coming up with a loose ball, though, is Anthony Smith. From the right side of the lane, through the paint, his pass goes down to the left low block where Telrin Villa grabs it, turns baseline, and is fouled as he goes up for the shot. Personal may go on Robert Hallman. No, it's 3-3, not 2-2. So Savion Maltsby commits the personal. I'm not sure I trust the fouls on the person themselves. Seems like everybody has 3 now based on the scoreboard. Telrin Villa, a 72% foul shooter, misses his first free throw. 2:39 to play in this one. Second foul shot opportunity on the way. It's good. Villa up to 17 points. 75-60. That Bulldog lead is at 15. Thomas driving baseline. The left side went for the reverse layup, but it came off the bottom of the rim. Dorn Smith the rebound. Outlet to Anthony Smith in the front court. Slows it down on this right wing. Gives to Dorn Smith along that baseline. Passes back out to Anthony Smith. Let's see if the Dogs reset the offense. Anthony Smith with a left-hand dribble. Fakes like he wants to drive and then backs it out with his feet near that center Titan logo. Giving to Kamarion Dow. Dow dribbling from left to right. Lost his footing, lost the dribble. Taken away by Thomas. He'll drive in and the layup is good. So the Bulldog turnover leads to quick points, 75-62. Martinsburg by 13.
Isaiah Thomas having 10 points in that first half. That was just his second basket of the second half. So 15, or make that 14 on the game, with 10 of that coming in the first half.
Trey Sager on the left side of the floor is fouled by Robert Hallman. Hallman reaching in, poked the ball away, but you could clearly see from our angle. Got the body of Trey Sager, who will go to the line where he was 2 for 2 not that long ago. Martinsburg looking for win number 15 on the year for the Titans. They'll fall to 8-12 unless they can mount a rally with 1:44 left, and they will hit a season-long 5-game losing streak. Sager good with the free throw.
And Sager's made now 3 tonight. He came in only having made 5 from the charity stripe all season.
Free throw on the way, and it is good. So Sager makes them both.
Almost matching his season total tonight. Made 4 again. Came in with just 5 made on 11 attempts from the charity stripe.
77-62 Martinsburg. Isaiah Thomas along this near side. Sends on that far wing to Quinn. Down to 1:30. Right now, not in a huge hurry to shoot are the Titans. Back out top, that pass goes to Hallman to Chase at the high post. Works into the lane, stripped of the ball, and pulling it out of the air is Dorn Smith. Smith into the front court to Anthony Smith, to Garrett Stobbs, and his shot in the lane is good. That one almost went by Stobbs, but managed to corral it and gets his first bucket of the night. 103 and counting in this one. Quinn with a deep 3 from the right side off the back of the rim, and Dorn Smith tips the rebound to himself. Outlet to Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith up the floor, giving it off to Garrett Stobbs, and he'll wisely back it out. Martinsburg will run some time.
And Martinsburg can take it down under 40 if they so choose, almost closer to 30 seconds on that play clock.
79-62, the Bulldog advantage. Down to 11 on that shot clock, and Anthony Smith driving baseline left side, had the shot come off the rim. A rebound to Winston. Into the front court, Quinn on the dribble. Going to go right to the basket. Foul, and 2 free throws coming as that one came off the backboard of the rim. See if it goes on Garrett Stobbs. It does, and that is foul number 5. So Stobbs is done with 28 seconds left. Finishes the night with just 2 points on the offensive end. But a solid effort, defense and rebounding. He's just off right now offensively.
He is. Again, came into the season as a three-point specialist and really has been. You look at 21 threes made, but it's been about 2 weeks. It's really been since the turn of February that he has just not been able to find that stroke from beyond the arc, and you can tell disappointed sitting down on that bench.
Second most three-pointers made on this team. James Quinn at the line, and the foul shot rolls around and pops free. He'll get another opportunity. 28.9 seconds left in this one. Martinsburg in command, 79-62. Looks like it's all a matter of cosmetics. What will the final score be? Free throw up and good, so Quinn gets 1 out of 2. Substitution as Evans comes in for Quinn. 79-63, the Bulldog advantage. Anthony Smith taking that inbounds. Slowly dribbling towards that midcourt stripe where Hilliard picks him up. Smith giving it off to Sager beyond the arc on that left side of the floor. Clock winding, 16, 15, 14. Sager with a little between the legs dribble gives back to Anthony Smith.
Doesn't get to hold the basketball that far away from the basket that often, showing off some handles.
Down to 5, down to 4, down to 3. Smith's just going to dribble it out. The horn will sound, and this one in the books. A victory for the Martinsburg Bulldogs by the final score of 79-63. Martinsburg improving to 15-3. Tuscarora falling to 8-12. Well, we'll take a 2-minute timeout, then come back to Frederick, Maryland, where we will recap this one as we get into our postgame show brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial. Again, your final, it is Martinsburg 79 and Tuscarora 63.
Get the biggest savings of the year at the 2019 Big Finish event going on now at Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Martinsburg. How about an all-new Ram 1500 LTD over $10,000 off plus 0% APR? A 2019 Ram HD 3500 over $7,000 off. A 2020 Jeep Compass is only $21,266. The all-new Chrysler Voyager is $27,479 plus 0% APR. And a 2019 Chrysler 300 is only $24,815. Celebrate the 2019 Big Finish with the deepest discounts and lowest APR of the year. No money down, no payments for 90 days. Great selection, great people, and great deals at Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 9 at Kelly Island Road, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Online at millerschryslerjeep.com. Stock numbers 20126, 20017, 19347, 20135, 19232. All payments based on approved credit, taxes, tags, and processing fees extra. See dealer for details.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
We welcome you back into Tuscarora High School. Matt Miller, Matt Crawford with you. We've got Eric Sterick already beginning to break down some of the gear as we get into our post-game show. It is Colin McLaughlin who is our studio producer and engineer for tonight's coverage of high school basketball. Martinsburg getting the win here in Frederick, Maryland, as they knock off the Tuscarora Titans by the final score of 79-63. Matt, as we break down how this one played out, it was a relatively tight game in the early going, tied at 2, tied again at 4, then a little bit of a back and forth battle till Tuscarora took a 3-point lead after the first 8 minutes. It was 15-12, but in that second quarter, the scoring really picked up as Martinsburg outscored Tuscarora 28-19 at a 6-point lead, 40-34 at the half, and then in quarter number 3, Tuscarora outscores Martinsburg in another high-scoring quarter.
Yeah, 21-20, making the score after 3 quarters of play, 60-55 And then the Bulldog defense really picked it up in quarter number 4, allowed Tuscarora just 8 points offensively while they scored 19 themselves, getting us to our final 79-63.
Yeah, Martinsburg able to pull away as this one went along, as the Bulldogs have 4 players going in double figures to get the win here tonight. All right, let's take a timeout, then come back and we'll run some of the numbers from this one. Let's make this a 60-second break, and then we are back to Tuscarora High School, where Martinsburg gets the win 79-63.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Prepare for what's next, or to plan ahead. We're here. Brown Funeral Home, a legacy of service since 1880.
All right, time for us to take a look at some of the numbers from this one as we welcome you back into the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Postgame show. Postgame stats are brought to you by Mike Folk for Governor. Accountable, ethical, responsible. Find out more at folk4wv.com. Paid for by Mike Folk for Governor. Individual numbers. Matt, take it away.
We got a discrepancy on one of these. One of us is wrong, one of us is right. We're going to have to go back to the station, or when we go back to the house tonight, and look at it. But the individual numbers that I have and what Matt have vary by a 3 to 1 player, but pretty much look the same everywhere else. Trey Sager finished with 8 points, 11 for Dorn Smith, 17 for Telrin Villa, 2 for Garrett Stobbs. I have 24 for Teddy Marshall and 14 for Anthony Smith. Matt has 17 for Smith and 21 for Marshall, and then 3 points for Luke Fowler. For Tuscarora, the individual numbers look like this. Brandon Evans, 4 points, 14 apiece for Isaiah Thomas and for James Quinn. 17 for Xavier Chase, 2 for Jordan Cheney, 2 for Drayvon Tyree, and 10 points for Robert Hallman. Matt, the team numbers.
All right, let me finish one quick calculation, and I have Martinsburg knocking down 7 3-pointers on the night. Tuscarora hit 4. The Dogs went 10 of 13 from the line, 77%. Tuscarora 9 of 15, that's 60%. The Dogs commit 12 fouls. Tuscarora had 10 fouls. I've got Martinsburg plus 10 in rebounding, 31-21. And as I look at turnovers, 12 for Tuscarora and 9 for Martinsburg. Quarter-by-quarter scoring. Tuscarora 15-12 in the first, Martinsburg 28-19 in the second, Tuscarora 21-20 in the third, and Martinsburg 19-8 in quarter number 4 as the Dogs pull away for the 79-63 win, improving to 15-3. Tuscarora falling to 8-12. Let's do it. A 60-second timeout. We come back and wrap up our post-game show. It's brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Give them a call with all of your financial, retirement, and investment questions. Their number's 304-263-4343. You can also stop by and see them at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Player of the game and our next broadcast coming up as we wrap up our post-game show. It's West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back-and-forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it. Period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
We welcome you back in as we wrap up our Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial post-game show. The Tuscarora Titans fall to the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Time for our player of the game.
It's a tough one. I thought a lot of guys played well. I thought Villa played very well, both ends of the floor. I thought he did a lot of good things around the basket. I thought Teddy did a very good job offensively today. A very good job not only scoring the basketball but dishing it as well. Anthony Smith, another solid game. Again, both of them, their overall finals are in discrepancy right now.
I don't know. Chris Berg just sent it to me and said, I got Marshall with 24 and Anthony Smith with 14, so he's siding with you.
He is, and he's the official individual stat keeper, isn't he?
He's the stat keeper right now for Martinsburg, so until he goes back and examines, we got to go with him.
2 out of 3, man.
There it is.
You're going to have to accept defeat in this one.
I bow my head.
I don't know. I think I'm going with Teddy Marshall. I think you can't not give it to the guy who had 24 points offensively, really led the way scoring for Martinsburg and did it throughout the entire game. We talk about that on a pretty regular basis, and having that player who can make it happen throughout the entire game. You look quarter by quarter, 5 in that first quarter, 5 in the second quarter, 6 in quarter number 3, and 8 in quarter number 4. I liked what he did offensively from start to finish, so I think my vote is going to be for Teddy Marshall.
There you go. Player of the game is Teddy Marshall. All right, what is next for both of these teams? Well, just 2 games left for the Titans. They are scheduled to play at Frederick this Friday the 21st, and then next Monday the 24th, they are at Reservoir High School, and then that will wrap up their regular season before they get into the Maryland playoff system. For the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Matt, a huge one coming up on Friday night.
Yeah, we will be out in Hedgesville and what could be playing for the number 1 overall seed in the section and region, and again, not sure if a win for Hedgesville is going to get their overall record, or the overall record will be there. Not sure it's going to get their resume to what they need to be the overall number 1 seed, but it'll definitely put them in the conversation. It's going to be very tough for these coaches to vote if Hedgesville gets that win on Friday, and very capable of getting the win on Friday. It was a 10-point decision the last time these 2 teams met back at the Fieldhouse, but should be one whale of a basketball game on Friday night, and we'll have it for you right here.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We encourage you, though, come on out and pack the Gilbert B. Miller Center and take that one in live and in person as Hedgesville host Martinsburg Friday night. If you can't make it out to the Gilbert B. Miller Center, we'll have it for you. Our pregame coverage will begin right around 7:10, and of course Miller time will be live from there as well from 5 to 6. All right, let's check in on the West Virginia Mountaineers. Still 2:30 or so left in that one. Check that out on our AM and FM dials. West Virginia leading Oklahoma State 59-44. Still not a ton of scoring, but very good defense for the Mountaineers.
And that hasn't been a question. The defense has been there. It's just been scoring offensively. So nice to see them getting near that 60-point plateau. And how much time left?
About 2.5 minutes.
Okay.
Now down to 144 with still that 15-point Mountaineer lead. Well, thanks to each of our sponsors supporting our coverage of high school boys basketball featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs. We thank you for joining us at each of tonight's broadcast entities. Thanks goes out to both head coaches providing interviews and information stats for today's broadcast. Thanks to Howard Putterman, athletic director. All the folks here at Tuscarora have been so kind to us in helping us out with our broadcast coverage here tonight. Colin McLaughlin is our studio engineer and producer. Eric Sterick, our TV10 cameraman. For Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller, reminding you, hey, the final in the JV game earlier, Tuscarora beat Martinsburg 70-65. Here in the varsity game, the nightcap, it's Martinsburg with the victory 79-63. Until Friday, so long, everyone.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Today's game has been brought to you by
Miller Honda of Winchester, the Marius Group at Ameriprise Financial, Parsons Ford, Smallwood Small Insurance, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the Berkeley County Health Department, Luttrell LC Real Estate Attorney, Mike Folk for Governor, W. Harley Miller Systems, Carpet World, Bechtel Jewelers, Hagerstown Ford, the Brown Funeral Homes, WVU Medicine, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.